Life's like a box of chocolates.
We're going off topic now.
You never know what you're going to get.
Listen to the podcast. We'll make you feel better on a Tuesday.
If the process of doing it isn't sustainable, then the results are not going to be sustainable.
Well, that's the thing about having the reason why.
Oh, your nip's hanging out.
Oh, the producer's supposed to tell me that.
Sustainable versus unsustainable.
Hello and welcome to A Couple of Coaches podcast with myself, Mike, and my co-host, who is currently a little bit unwell, Emma Harding.
I know what Nathan means when you talk too loudly on the microphone now, because that was very loud. Hello.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like what they do, didn't they? When they like.
Yeah, but
hello.
people listening on Spotify are probably like, Jesus.
Well, at least it'll wake them up on their morning commute.
True.
Yeah. Well, I could have gone like, hello, welcome to the Couple of Coaches podcast. They'd be like, well, he's fucking happy, isn't he?
This sounds motivating.
You know what I mean? It was Blue Monday it was Blue Monday yesterday. Most depressive
Was
day of the year.
it?
Did you know that?
Isn't Blue Monday the last Monday of the month?
It was yesterday.
Is it? Okay.
I believe, yeah. No, I did actually. I read it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw something on the news, actually.
It was Blue Monday, so apparently the most depressive
Yeah, it's because everyone's the poorest they'll be in the whole year or something.
What, because it's like mid-Jan?
Yeah.
Mid-Jan?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's because it's
before people
it's
get
because
paid.
it's a it must be because it's a Monday, and that's where more people haven't been paid, because then the Monday after that, I'm assuming people have been paid. But then you would think, what would the Tuesday not be worse? But then I guess Tuesday's less depressing than a Monday.
Because there's that big gap between the Christmas pay and the
Yeah.
January pay.
Yeah.
I remember that when I used to work in the office. You used to have to
I can't
wait
say I
about
felt
10
any
weeks.
different yesterday. What happened yesterday? I mean, yesterday, Mondays, we ain't got no time to even think about being sad.
Oh, we can't be blue on a Monday. We've got to be
No,
happy on a Monday. We've
Monday's
got to check
check-in
in.
day. You got no choice to be happy bunnies. But yeah, no, I didn't feel it. But if anyone who is feeling it, then yeah, hopefully listen to the podcast. We'll make you feel better on a Tuesday. Anyway, Emma, how's your cold?
It's okay. A little bit bunged up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You'll survive though.
Maybe it's from Blue Monday.
Maybe.
The
So-
curse.
How's things?
Not bad. How's your things?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your nip's hanging out.
Oh, the producer's supposed to tell me that, but he fucking don't, does
Well, at
he?
least I told you, because you'll watch it back and you're going, why didn't you tell me my nipple was hanging out?
Yeah, I will.
Mate, just as a rule of thumb, your nipple's always out.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a vest that literally shows your nips. Is that not the whole point of that
just
vest?
give the people what they want.
I need
They're here to see Mike's nipple.
Would you wear like nipple tape?
Oh, yeah, I have got nipple covers, actually.
I could put like nipple tape on.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit
that'd
weird,
be
wouldn't it?
fucking weird, yeah.
Can you
That
imagine?
would. Or nipple tassels.
Oh, tassels, yeah.
But the
Give
thing
it a
is,
little shake.
in this like woke world, it'd probably come across as quite normal.
It is a woke world.
Yeah.
I might paint my nails and put some tape on my nipples. What else could I do?
That is the kind of look
Curl
I
your
want
eyelashes,
you to go
mate.
for.
Wear my eyelashes, yeah. Anyway, trying to think of what we've been up to. Not much, really.
No, it feels like a while since we've done this, because the last episode we were cooking in the kitchen, weren't we?
Oh, so it's been 2 weeks since we sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk much in that podcast.
Nah, too much going on.
Too much cooking going on.
It's like when I cook on an average day, innit? I'm a bit like, don't talk to me. I'm in my kitchen, get out of my
Yeah.
kitchen.
Although, I cooked for you this week. That's something new.
You
Didn't
did cook
I?
for me. But why did you cook for me?
Because I love you.
For the camera.
Yeah.
This is what we said in the last thing. You're only in the kitchen because of the camera.
But I still cooked you. And it was a nice meal, wasn't it? Nice little burger bowl.
I mean, it was all right.
All right.
Wasn't my favourite meal.
Cheers for that.
Wasn't
so ungrateful.
wasn't a steak and chips like you used to. Remember
I used
those
to be
days?
What was that? What days was that? Monday?
Monday.
When are you teaching?
Thursdays.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while, though. Oh, it hasn't?
I went last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to cook me
Not paying
steak.
attention again.
He used to cook me steak every Monday when we were first together, when he used to make an effort. And now these days, all I get is the odd burger bowl, just a bit of mince and salad, really.
Just a bit of mince and salad shucked in. But it was a good meal, though. Lovely meal that was. Anyway, let's talk about our week. And I think we should just talk about what we watched. We watched a very good film.
We watched Saltburn.
That was a great
If
film.
anyone's watched Saltburn, you're going to know what Saltburn's about.
Yeah.
Very weird film.
He's a vampire.
It's the type of film where it's like so weird and a bit fucked up, but it's like very clever and cleverly filmed.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's almost like a work of art, isn't
It's
it?
a really good film. What's the song at the end?
It's murder on the dance floor.
You
You wanna DJ, gonna run murder on the dance floor.
Is that your voice?
Yeah.
No, that bit's quite good, that end bit. No, do you know what? Really good film. Very weird. Some weird
Very
scenes.
weird.
Fair play to the actor, because he did have to record some fucking weird scenes
Yeah.
in that. And fair play to him. I hope he gets the stardom out of that, because he was bloody good.
That's got to win an award or something, that
Yeah,
film.
I'd say so. Definitely the acting, because he played a bit of he did some weird shit. But anyway, sustainable versus unsustainable.
Who's sustainable out of me and you?
I think you're more sustainable.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was thinking
I'm
that.
more unsustainable. But let's talk about the different approaches that people can have on their fitness journey.
Jenny.
Journey.
Jenny.
Jenny. What's that from?
Jenny.
What's that from?
Jenny.
Jenny. What's Jenny out of? Nath? Jenny. Jenny. What's that out? Is it what's the Tom Hanks film?
Could be here a while, everyone.
You're talking about Baby Driver, aren't you? But it's not.
No, I'm not talking about Baby Driver.
Oh, I don't know then.
What's the Thomas Hanks one where he got bad leg?
Oh, is it Wilson?
No, it's not got bad leg in that.
Oh, I don't
Oh my god, this is stupid.
Bad leg?
He's got a girlfriend called Jenny. Jenny?
No, I haven't seen that, mate.
Fuck's sake!
Anyone?
It's a massive. It's
Anyone
one
know?
of Tom Hanks' biggest films.
Don't know, mate.
Oh, I know what you mean. Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Oh, I haven't watched that in ages.
Have you not watched it?
I've watched it. Not
You're
in
supposed to be a
ages.
film
Nah, I
geek.
haven't
You
watched that
haven't
in
watched
about-
Forrest
I've
Gump?
watched it,
Oh.
probably about 10 years ago.
His girlfriend's called Jenny, right?
Yeah.
Jenny?
Jenny.
I can't
And he
remember.
goes, Bubba.
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 Bubba Gump.
Yeah, Bubble Gump.
Bubba Gump.
Bubba Gump.
Have you ever eaten in a
Any-
Bubble Gump?
Anyway, we're
Life's
going,
like a box of chocolates.
we're going off topic now.
You never know what you're going to get. Sorry.
Going off topic. Anyway, sustainable versus unsustainable. We're going to talk about today. Emma.
Topic 1. Meal planning versus tracking.
Yes, that's what we're going to talk about. So, do you want to go or do you want me to
So
go?
having a meal plan, so eating the same thing for breakfast, lunch, dinner every single day
Yeah.
versus tracking. So what we usually get most of our clients to do at the beginning of the week, planning out your meals for the week, and they're different, maybe a different breakfast, different lunch, different dinner, all within your calories, but kind of switching it up a little bit. Obviously, the meal planning is the most unsustainable way because you're not going to eat the same thing every single day for the rest of your life. You are going to want to eat different things. But then I would even say that tracking isn't sustainable. You're not going to track food every single day for
It's
the rest of your life
More sustainable in a term that you learn more.
on a fitness journey.
Yeah. You learn more, so it becomes like, I would say like meal plan would be to get results quick would be more optimal. If you've got anyone who's like a bodybuilder or something like that, they're not tracking. They're sticking to a meal plan by the gram, day in, day out. Like it's unsustainable. They're not going to do that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who's like a lifestyle client would track, and you give them a little bit more freedom where you can monitor it. And like you said, they might have a baseline of like breakfast and lunches that they like to prep that are easy. But when it comes to the weekends and being social, you've got that freedom and flexibility to move your calories around.
Yeah.
I personally like to basically meal plan, stick to the same stuff. Emma
Couldn't think of anything worse.
Emma couldn't think of anything worse. Emma would be more of a tracker.
If I had to, like if I said I was going to do a show or something like that, then I would.
Yeah.
But out of choice, if I want to get into good shape, I know that a meal plan isn't right for me because I'll get bored of it after just the first day.
Yeah. So it's all about knowing yourself. And I have a mixture of clients, and you probably do as well. So majority, I would say a good 80% of my clients just track, and maybe 20% kind of stick to a meal plan because they just basically want to be told what to eat and then whatever. Even though you may have said to them it's not going to be sustainable after you
Yeah.
stop, but they just don't want to track because some people don't like to track.
Yeah.
So we talked pros and cons, and we did a little bit.
I mean, meal planning is actually pretty easy.
Yeah,
It's a
I
bit
would say-
easier. Same thing every week. You know what you're getting. You know what you're having.
Yeah,
You know how much you need to cook. You know all the quantities. You don't actually have to like put things in on MyFitnessPal and stuff like that, because if you know all the quantities of what you're eating, then it's just simple. So I guess that is a pro if you're low on time, or you don't really have much inspiration in terms of meals, or you're happy to eat the same thing every day.
Yeah,
And then that's it.
maybe cost effective as well.
Cost effective. Yeah,
'Cause you
yeah,
can kind of just buy the same thing and buy a bulk of the same thing as opposed to buying loads of different stuff.
yeah.
In terms of results, probably going to get you results quicker because someone who's on a meal plan and sticking to that is more than likely going to be a little bit more unsociable than someone who's tracking, because they're not going to go off track. But then the pros of tracking would be flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
You've got more freedom with your food, so you can be social and not stressed that you've not ticked a box.
Mm-hmm.
You learn more.
Yeah.
So you build up your knowledge of your nutritional library of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So you learn, like for example, like Emma knows pretty much everything. So she wouldn't need to track or stick to a meal plan probably to get into good shape. Obviously, if she wants to get to optimal shape, then yes. But she knows her calories, she knows her quantity, she knows her food. So you could just easily do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and pretty much know that she'll be in or around her calories, and she knows what's high protein and what's not. So
Intuitive.
years of doing it gives you all that knowledge you have.
Like, it's not. Sorry.
No, you can.
Will you carry?
I was going to say kind of like the cons of like a meal plan, and that I guess meal plan is the con is it's not sustainable and it's can be deemed as boring, and yeah, you can't really be very flexible with it.
Yeah, it's a bit restrictive as well. If you're someone that finds restriction a little bit tough, and you find if you try and cut something off, you just end up binging it, then a meal plan probably isn't best for you. And it just makes it a bit more fun and exciting.
Yeah.
I personally am someone that looks forward to like food. Like food actually is like part of my day that I'm like, it almost like breaks up my day, because I'm like, oh, it's lunchtime. Oh, it's dinner time. Whereas some people just aren't, you're not fussed about food. You say you just taste it.
Just eat to survive.
No point in cooking it really. But yeah, just makes it a bit more exciting. You can try different meals if you like cooking, if you enjoy cooking like me. But yeah.
I say the best approach is to have a hybrid of both though.
Yes.
So you have like a foundation or a baseline of a meal plan, but you track it. So you almost create your own kind of meal plan throughout your FitnessPal.
Yeah.
So that way you've got that kind of, you know what you're eating, you can prep it, but it's tracked. So you can manipulate it and kind of have a bit of freedom when it comes to weekends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we would go unsustainable, meal plan, sustainable, tracking.
Next one is training every day versus training 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's just time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I would say time, and at some point you're going to gas out, I reckon. Like you could train, like obviously anyone could if you got the time and that and the want, could train every day. Is that going to be optimal? Some people would say maybe if you're doing something in terms of like weight training and going to the gym and doing cardio. So where we find people doing photo shoots and stuff like that, when they get to the back end, they tend to train a lot because they're doing a lot more cardio, they're doing a lot more weight training, whereas someone who wants to be sustainable isn't going to be training every day. It's going to be 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah, needs to fit in with you.
Yeah.
And yourself, unless like Mike said, you're going to do maybe 10 weeks of intense training. If you can sustain that for 10 weeks, and that's absolutely fine. But we're looking long term.
Yeah.
Long term, are you going to be able to train every single day? Absolutely not. I don't think anyone is, unless you are a hermit and don't go anywhere or don't see anyone.
Yeah, that's true. And it's just that you're I guess if you're setting your plan up at training every day, you could be setting yourself up to fail, because if you kind of have like one day off, or it's quite easy to miss the gym once out of 7 days, like you're going to then think you're failing. and then you're going to get obviously down about that and you're not going to like it. Whereas if you're training 2, 3, 4 times a week, you're all right. You've got days to move around.
I remember rest and recovery is just as important as training days. So you do need those.
Very much so.
Those days. Otherwise, you just run yourself down.
Yeah. Agreed.
So unsustainable is training every single day. Sustainable is maybe doing 2 to 3 times a week. You're still going to get great results, and it's just not too overwhelming for you in your schedule. So it's more sustainable.
More sustainable.
Next one.
Quite obvious.
No social life / social life. I think this really is person dependent.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there is really, like, if you like going out, you like going out. If you don't like going out, you don't like going. It's priorities. If it's important to you, if you want to do it, then yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you are someone that is social and likes to go out, if you're going to say, right, I'm not going to go out for 6 months, probably not going to happen, because someone's going to say, come on, come for one drink or do this, do that. And you're probably going to be like, yeah, fuck it.
It does depend on your kind of circle as well. If you're like in a relationship or stuff, because if you're in a relationship and you're like, nah, not going out, not eating out. Like if we like, not that we, since having a dog, we don't go out as much, but if we was to like never go out for dinner because one of us is like, nah, I would rather just eat my meal plan. It might be okay for a bit, but it's going to get to a point where it's a bit shit. I remember once I had a client and her boyfriend was actually in really, really good shape. And he was extremely obsessed. He tracked every single thing to the point where he wouldn't eat out. And
that could break down your relationship.
They
if Mike turned around to me and said, we can't go out for dinner anymore, I'd be like, right.
Yeah, no, and they actually couldn't go out for dinner. Like they did go out for dinner, but he wouldn't eat. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Or would he take a Tupperware? You told me you used to do that.
I did that once, which was so stupid.
Yeah,
mate, imagine that. Turn up to Nando's. Went to Nando's. Took my own chicken to Nando's. Weird. I don't know what I thought I was.
I feel like you did it to look cool.
Yeah, do you know what? Like, I just can't eat that.
Yeah.
I'm like doing a competition and that, you know what I mean? Fuck off. We love an
So yeah.
Yeah, I would say
person
dependent, but in more than likely having zero social life is obviously going to be unsustainable for a mass amount of people. Some people don't want a social life, might not have a partner, might not go out with family, and
might be teetotal.
Well, it's just about even being social. It's just social, and it can be anything from going for a coffee for getting pissed. So, yeah, I would definitely say it's not sustainable. I think that's a bit of an obvious one, really. But like I said, person dependent. The next one, though, is kind of the same, but...
Well, yeah, the next two are the same. Drinking and eating out, we've just kind of said that, haven't we?
Let's not do the eating out. It's the drinking one is more, I guess, more so, isn't it? Because that's definitely, again, person dependent. But most people do like a drink.
But also, like, you could give it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not like you need alcohol in your life. Like,
I think some people do.
If you had, but if you had to give it up, you could give it. Like, if someone said to me, you're not allowed to drink for 6 months, I wouldn't drink for 6 months.
Drink for 6 months, no. So yeah. But I mean, but saying that, like, not drinking has huge benefits, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Like huge
like
benefits.
You think, oh, it's a bit annoying because I can't have a glass of wine or I can't go out, but the benefits you're going to get from it are so much more than that.
Yeah, I think,
and you wouldn't realise it until you did it.
A glass of wine, or that's fine if you're that person who can kind of just have that glass of wine. But so often it's such a reoccurring thing that you see with clients that if they don't go out at the weekend in their check-ins, didn't go out this weekend, feel amazing, no hangover, ready to smash the week, against someone who's been out on the piss would be like, oh, shit weekend, let myself go, been drinking. And then that person's going to have a slow start to the week. Monday and Tuesday's going to be a bit slow, probably miss the gym because catching up on sleep from being out. So in your fitness journey, like drinking, I know a lot of people and a lot of fitness influencers are like, yeah, I fucking will have clients that are able to drink and do that. Yeah, like now and then, do you know what I mean? Like you can factor it in. But if you're a person who likes to drink most weekends, the chances are your results are not going to be nowhere near what they could be.
Yeah,
Because-
you could get results.
Of course you can get results,
you
but
could
not
probably
every
do
week.
10 times better
Much
if you
better, yeah.
cut it out or just cut it down massively.
Yeah. I mean, this realistically, most people drink and they have like to go out and have a bottle of champagne or prosecco or a couple of beers, which is fine. You are going to get results, but if you want optimal results and you want to get into the best shape of your life, then drinking every week is not going to aid that.
No, I mean, we can both say you're doing photo shoot prep at the moment. I did photo shoot prep last year and I drank throughout it, but I think I drank for your birthday, my birthday, and that was it.
Yeah,
so I still did it.
2 drinking
I didn't
sessions
say,
out of 10 weeks.
No, I'm on a cut. I'm not going to drink.
If you was to drink every weekend.
But yeah, if I was to do it every weekend, but special occasions or things where you want to, then you can do it, just not every single weekend. Like you've had Christmas, you had a few days over Christmas where you drank and stuff like that, New Year's, and you're still in good shape because it's not every weekend. It was just 3 times.
Am I in good shape? Am I? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Why are you asking me
Why
that?
are you laughing?
You are in good shape.
Why are you laughing, Emma? You're only laughing for one
Mike
reason.
keeps thinking he's not in good shape, so I keep it's really actually really mean of me, but I
So
keep
mean.
making him think he's right, but he's actually not. He is actually in really good shape.
Let's talk about it. Actually, last night I was just standing there looking at myself in the mirror. You know as you do before you go to bed, and I was like, am I? I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. And Emma, and I looked at Emma.
No, you didn't.
I looked at Emma and she went,
No, you didn't.
What did I say then?
You said, I'm not going to say exactly what you said because it's something an online coach should never say in their life. But you said you were going the opposite way to what you wanted to go. That's what it feels like.
I was obviously joking.
Yeah, and then I was joking.
No, you weren't.
Oh, do you know what he's
She
like?
was like-
He's allowed to joke and I'm not.
She
That's
weren't
what this
joking.
relationship is.
Like I caught her out. I was like being
joking.
deadly serious. Like, I don't think I'm like
Yeah, and I
making any
went, "Oh, yeah,
progress.
no,
and
you're
she
not."
went, oh yeah. Like agreed with me. I was joking.
I was joking.
I clearly have made progress, but I was joking, and then she agreed with me, so I caught her out.
Do you know what? Men like.
And then we went
you
to bed,
men.
and all she was doing was going, I've got so many questions. Because she was asking questions about everything, like trying to brush it under the carpet, wasn't
Yeah. Men think
know,
they
you're
can
fucking-
have all the jokes and the laughs. And this is going to sound a bit funny, but they think women are the sensitive ones. And we are the sensitive ones. We are sensitive. But as soon as you make a joke with them, they dish it out and they can't take it.
Mate, everything with her, whenever I challenge her, it's a joke. Oh no, it was a joke. I was only joking. No, you
Yeah,
wasn't.
but he says stuff for real, and then when I get annoyed about it, he then says it's a joke, and it's not a joke. We all know that it's not a joke. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in terms of our sustainable, non-sustainable approaches, get the words out. Let's talk about
Oh my God, sorry, that just reminded me. Last night I was doing a video for a client, and I could not, for the life of me, say the word pescatarian. Do you ever get it when you just can't say a word? And I just said it just then, but every time I was trying to say it, I just couldn't get it out.
I think I do that.
That was like that.
Most check-ins. I do
But it's
that.
quite a hard word, pescatarian. It's quite a
Pescatarian.
hard word to say. Sorry, carry on.
Sustainable versus non-sustainable.
As you were.
Reasons for being sustainable and reasons for being not sustainable.
If you want quick results, if you want to get lean in 15, that's not our motto, that's someone else's motto.
Yeah, I mean, quick results are almost normally not sustainable, or extremely extreme results, like someone who's a bodybuilder or stands on stage and gets their self to a extremely low percentage. It's not sustainable.
Well, just think, if the process of doing it isn't sustainable, then the results are not going to be sustainable.
But it's just understanding that, isn't it? And the worst thing is getting yourself into amazing shape and then just rebounding and slowly going backwards. Because if it's not done in a sustainable way, you're going to, if you haven't got the tools to kind of reverse diet out of it, then you're going to find out that you're going to kind of go back to square one, which can happen, especially if you do like a show or a photo shoot, or you go kind of an unsustainable approach for a holiday or a wedding, and you haven't done it in a semi-sustainable way. Then when it comes to that event and you're like, I've done it, it's quite easy to go very, 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 very badly the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't sustainable. So as soon as you stop, you go the complete other way.
Yeah. But I also think like unsustainable isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like my shoot prep wasn't sustainable, but it was a challenge and it was something for me to work towards.
Yeah.
And when I finished it, I didn't think, oh no, I can't maintain this, or I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm just like, oh, so really proud of that. On to the next thing. Like what's next sort of thing.
Well, that's the thing about having the reason why. I mean, there's no like, we're not sitting here saying you shouldn't do it unsustainably. If there's a reason for doing it unsustainably, then do it. If you want quicker, more optimal results, and then do it unsustainably. That's fine. But in terms of like a lifestyle person and someone who's doing it for life and wants to kind of get into shape and stay in great shape, sustainable is always going to win, because you're not working, the diet and that is working around you as opposed to you working around the diet and the training and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Again, if
make the diet work for you.
And that's sustainable, so then the results are going to be sustainable.
Yeah, so then you can keep that. But yeah, like Emma said, we're not saying unsustainable is bad, because probably over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to go extremely unsustainable for the end of the photo shoot.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Well, saying that, fucking say unsustainable. But was it on the 2 weekends before the shoot? We're out, weren't we, for my mum's birthday?
Yeah, out on the town.
Out on the town. Make sure we get some steps
Tearing
in that
up
day.
the big smoke.
The big smoke. Are you all
Do
right?
you know what that is?
The big smoke. London.
Yeah.
Tearing it up.
London town.
London town. But yeah, on that note, I hope that helps. That's just a little bit of unsustainable and sustainable approaches, really.
Depends on you.
It depends
the results
on
you want and what you're willing to do to get them.
Yeah. So if you are doing it in terms of just lifestyle, then sustainable is for you. And then sometimes when you've got, do you know what? So one of my clients said to me, he went, I just want to get myself into good shape that if I have a holiday, I can just turn it on for like 4 weeks and kind of get myself into even better shape. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of like you having a sustainable approach. You get yourself into results you can maintainable results. And then when you've got a holiday or anything coming up in 4 to 6, 8 weeks, you can go, right, I'm going to turn the unsustainable button on. I'm going to go super regimented, just dial it in, and then get to holiday and be in absolutely cracking shape. And then you might reverse back to that maintainable thing again, which is a good way to be, because you can live your normal life with a decent amount of training, a nice sustainable diet. Your day-to-day is not a strain. It's not kind of taking over your life. But then if you're going on a holiday, you know you're not that far away from just turning it on and getting yourself into that really, really good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, on that note, ta-da.
Sustainable versus unsustainable. What do you want?
Right, I think Emma's hungry.
Stop it.
Anyway, on that note,
thank you for listening,
thank you
everyone.
very much.
Follow us on socials. Tune in for the next one, and we'll see you very soon.
See you then.
Bye.